Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Max Power. Today we're going to make a simple meal that's cool and refreshing with the summer heat. It's nice not to have to turn the oven on. Today we're going to do a teriyaki chicken salad that's going to be chilled after we cook it. We're going to marinate with our Aloha teriyaki sauce, that is a Hawaiian style. We're going to add a little bit of fresh granulated garlic and also some ground ginger for a nice flavor. I've already removed my chicken breast out and it's a nice size. We do want to slice this chicken up just a little bit so it's easy enough to do. We're just going to make some strips out of it. Usually 3 nice strips works out really nicely on this one. We're going to go ahead and place it into what I call my glass bread pan. It's also great for marinade. So we're going to plop those in there first. And we're going to add a little bit of our ground ginger. And we're going to add some of the granulated garlic powder. And you can use pretty much anything you want, even if you want to add a little bit of pepper. You can add a little pepper over the top for a nice flavor. And then we'll use our teriyaki sauce. Not too much, just enough to cover the bottom. We're going to move these around a couple times throughout the day. I like to marinate for about anywhere from an hour up to about 2 hours, and sometimes even overnight. I have seen this recipe done with a little bit of pineapple juice and also orange juice, and that might be recognized as what they call huli huli chicken, which is really famous in the Hawaiian Islands, even though chicken in Hawaii is extremely expensive. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and put this up in the refrigerator. We don't need to cover it, just let it sit for about 3 hours, and once that's done we're going to come back and do a couple other things. Also too, when it comes to having a nice cool crisp salad, I like to take either a nice bowl or I'll take a plate, and I like to place it in the freezer. Now you can add a little water to it and that'll help put a nice little edge of ice on it. It also keeps your salad nice and cold and it's very refreshing. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Just pop that into the freezer. We're going to pop our chicken into the refrigerator. Usually up on the top shelf is the best place because that's normally the coldest place in your refrigerator. It's also the coldest place in your freezer also. And once we get done with the marinade, we'll come back and we'll show you how we're going to cook it. Then we're going to chill it. From there we'll add our greens and have a very nice refreshing dinner. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. So along with our preparation, we also want to go ahead and put a stainless steel bowl into the refrigerator. This will cool the stainless down, so when we put our lettuce into it, it allows us to keep the lettuce nice and crisp and keeps the entire meal chilled. So we'll go ahead and put that in the refrigerator. And that'll be in there for about the same amount of time that we're doing our chicken. And since we're in the refrigerator anyway, why don't we go ahead and take the chicken out. And we're going to go ahead and turn it around a couple more times, making sure we get that marinade. I know some people like to take a small fork and maybe poke holes in the meat, which we can go ahead and do that now. And just a couple little pokes on it. This will help get the marinade inside of the chicken meat, or if you're using beef or pork. You can actually do this recipe with pretty much anything. Even cold grilled shrimp is absolutely fantastic in our summer recipe today. So once we've got that done a couple times, we'll go ahead and stick this back into the refrigerator. As you can see though, it is starting to get a little bit brown from where the marinade is sitting. I absolutely love this teriyaki sauce, and hopefully my brother, who will be joining me on his vacation come up in August, might be really nice to visit that Asian market where we picked up the Aloha teriyaki marinade. So that's it for right now. You can relax for a couple hours and enjoy whatever you're going to do for the rest of the day. You can actually even put this in first thing in the morning if you're going to work during the day. By the time you get home, the marinade will be absolutely perfect. Cooking time, maybe 15 minutes on the grill. To chill it takes about an extra 30 minutes. You can actually cook this at any time you want to, place it into the refrigerator, wrap it if you want to. This will keep the moisture into it, and it makes a very refreshing salad during warm summer months. So we'll be back in a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and cook our chicken now. And like I said, you can also use leftover chicken. If you just have chicken left over from a meal, chill it overnight, cut it up in nice little squares, place it on your salad. We're going to go ahead and cook our teriyaki chicken. It's been marinated now for a couple hours. I'm going to do another little flip on it just to make sure. I like to use a little non-cooking spray. And then we're going to throw our chicken on. Now you can get a little smoke off of it if you are using an electric grill on the inside. And I hate having to turn the fan on because the fan is going to cause a lot of noise in the background. But it should help. You can also save this marinade so that when you flip the meat, you can put it back through one more time. And we're also going to go ahead and start our pineapple because we want to chill that also. So we'll take our pineapple out. I really shouldn't dip this in the teriyaki sauce, but I'm going to. I'll just put a couple slices up there on the grill along with it. Everything should cook pretty well. And we go ahead and get our lettuce going. And in this case, we are using the Fresh Express Hearts of Romaine. You can use any type of lettuce mix that you like. This just happened to be on sale at the time. And I got a little eyeballer over here on the floor. Just looking like he's going to probably get a little bit of lettuce here. I don't particularly like the white center part. And you don't have to worry, it's not getting thrown on the floor. It's getting picked up rather quickly by our little kitchen mate down there. So like I said, I don't like the center white part. Gomez is having a blast at it. Ooh, good catch. And you want to just go ahead and take the amount of lettuce that you need for however how many people that you're eating. I like the romaine. I like the Europe blend, the butter blend, pretty much any type of lettuce, which is kind of nice. So as you can see, we have a nice chilled bowl with it. Now all the products that I use obviously come from my local grocery store. In this case today we are using Kraft Parmesan and Romano cheese mixture together. The market brand is actually just as good, if not better sometimes. We're going to just sprinkle a little over the top, and at this point we're going to go ahead and put everything away. And now we just need to wait until our chicken is cooked. Chicken can sometimes be a little confusing. With this grill, I like to watch my chicken, and you'll notice as the chicken goes from the kind of that pink color to a white, you know that the chicken is actually starting to get cooked. So we're just going to leave it on there for a little bit. We're not going to mess with it or anything. We are still holding on to our marinade, and that way we can dip it one more time and get that nice teriyaki flavor. You don't have to necessarily use teriyaki sauce. It's just today I'm in the mood for Hawaiian teriyaki. You can use really any type of marinade or just fresh chicken itself. Like I said, you can also use leftover chicken from the day before, shrimp, pork, beef, really whatever you want in a salad. Hot days, I don't like turning the oven on, 350 degrees, heats the house up, even with the AC on. I like the grill. It gives off a little bit of heat, but by the time we're done with this, everything's going to be cleaned up, and the only dishes we're going to have to do is actually going to be the salad bowl and whatever we eat off of in the fork. Everything's already been done. That's what's fantastic about this meal. So we're just going to let this cook. So we're going to go ahead and turn these over now. And though it does look a little bit seared, it's actually from the teriyaki sauce, which actually helps bring out the flavor of the teriyaki sauce. And we'll go ahead and flip our pineapple over. It has a nice beautifulness to it. So now that our process is gone, we're going to go ahead and re-dip our chicken back into the teriyaki sauce just for a second. And that's just to get it onto both sides. Gives it that excellent flavor that we're looking for. And then we just go ahead and put them right back on there. And from there we're pretty much done with this at this point. So we're letting those cook. Won't be but a few more minutes. One piece in the back is probably going to need a little bit more time. It's a little bit thicker. We'll just go ahead and put it up on its side here. And also do remember, once you take chicken off, really take anything off of a hot grill, it's going to continue cooking until it gets back to its normal temperature. That's where our chilling factor comes into, because as we chill it, it actually slows down the cooking process and actually keeps more moisture into the meat, which moist is always very good. So we're going to let those finish up, and then we'll do some cutting on it, and we'll go from there. Plus, if anyone has any suggestions of anything you'd like for me to make in the kitchen, please just send us an email, maxwellpower67@yahoo.com, and I'd be more than happy to take your suggestions and see what we can do. Of course, we do have a price budget, so please, no lobster or baked Wellington or any of that good stuff. Of course, you never know. Alright, so our chicken is just about done. We can go ahead and remove it off of the grill. We're going to just set it up here on the cutting board, along with our pineapple, which is beautiful and delicious. And we're just going to leave that on for a little bit, and that way we can get the excess to cut off. Alright, so we can get a bird's eye view on this one. We're going to go ahead and cut the chicken up. And just do some nice pieces off of it. Once down the center, again and again. Go ahead and push that chicken off to the side. We'll go ahead and do the same thing with our pineapple. So from here we're just about done with the entire preparation of what we're going to eat later this evening. In fact, it's 10 minutes to 2 o'clock now, and dinner's basically ready to go. So what we're going to do is put this into a bowl. And we're going to go ahead and toss it all into the refrigerator so it can go ahead and start the chill down. And we'll just put everything all together. The pineapple juice that's going to come out of the grilled pineapple is going to go ahead and marinate along with the chicken at this point, which will be very nice. And when it's time to put it all together, we'll be back. So, like I said, at this point, you're done. So we're right about 12 minutes to go. And I am going to add a nice little dinner roll to this one. This is a standard, just cook yourself French roll, freezer department. I don't like to cook them first. I like to go ahead and split them. Go ahead and add a little bit of butter. A little bit of granulated garlic, or garlic powder. And I like to top it with a little bit of Parmesan and Romano cheese. There is another step to this, but we're watching our weight. You can actually add a little swap of mayonnaise on it, and they come out absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and put that into our toaster oven. We'll go ahead and flip that on. It takes about 10 minutes for that. And I'm guessing by now our salad should be extremely crispy, along with our chicken and pineapple. I'm going to go ahead and add all this together. And for tonight's dressing, we're using Ken's Steakhouse Creamy Caesar. You don't really need a whole lot, just enough to add a little flavor. And that's a pretty big salad. And we can actually use a knife or a fork or even salad tongs if your bowl is big enough. And we're just going to give it a couple nice little turns, even though some things are going to fall out. Leave your fork in it to chill the fork, and we'll put it back in the refrigerator. Well, our garlic roll should be just about finished. We'll go ahead and get that out of the oven. Delicious. And we can go ahead and get our bowl out of the freezer, along with our salad from the refrigerator. Go ahead and serve that all up. In this case tonight, we are going to enjoy a nice glass of Chardonnay with this one. Delicious. Well, just keep having fun in the kitchen.